Okay. Cool. So Apathetic. This one's unique. Unique stylistically for me, I feel like. It's also unique lyrically. I actually think of Apathetic as my best song. From a creative standpoint, with regards to what I originally was looking and setting out to do with my music, Apathetic, I think, does it better than anything else, which is, it is a combination of diverse music, diverse styles of music, along with poetry in the lyrics. And that's what my goal was with this song. And it really showed itself to me with how unique it was in the songwriting process. I first wrote Apathetic when I was feeling probably my most numb in life. I just was overwhelmed with my depression and my own self-hate from my computer science degree that I found myself in a state of complete apathy for pretty much about a whole year. And I was fighting my way out of it for that year. And I was on a walk at night, walking home from my, at the time, girlfriend's place. And sometimes for me, the meter of my steps can define a song. So that's definitely the case with this. And this bass loop looped and looped and looped in my heart. And I just felt like my apathy was perfectly captured by this bass loop. And what I found myself doing was writing to this, the chorus of Apathetic. And I also found myself starting to dabble with the first verse. I ended up, though, dabbling with that first verse for ages. I felt like I was in my apathy for so long that I could, wait months later and find new inspiration and find a new way to innovate and a new way to take the song lyrics and make them more poetic and more real and find more visuals to add specifically to the second verse. It's lines like "Lawnmowers hum over my still day" that blow my mind as a lyricist and a poet at the same time. It's "Numb tastes like an ice cream sundae melted down in the winter." Trying to convey that level of apathy through image and imagery and true poetic lyricism was so important to me in the song. And I was so proud of the end result of the first verse leading into the chorus, which led into the second verse that is a rap, just singing, and then goes into an actual rap. Just all the ways that the songwriting plays with itself and how it explodes. And lyrically, my poetry goes into two styles. If you understand poetry, you might know of, what is the style? It's been so long since I had to think about this. What in the world is the style? There we go, surrealism. My style of poetry, I have two main styles, surrealism and nature. My mind gravitates to nature so often, and in this poem in particular, it really was gravitating to nature. And I was just so proud of the song I'd written, conveying this feeling of apathy that was so complex and long-lasting in so many different ways through a poetic standpoint. I mean, lines like "Lawnmowers hum over my still day," the vision is still there of me sitting in my one-bedroom, one-bath apartment alone, my super senior year of college, and hearing the lawnmower guys coming for the umpth time. They come like once or twice a week, and just hearing this humming lawnmower outside of my apartment, just while I'm sitting in my room, just empty and not finding any motivation to do anything. Music, work, studies, poetry, it didn't matter. I was empty. I think I had like mochi ice cream in the fridge or something at the time, and just feeling like even the smallest desires, like a sugar desire, just isn't enough. It just isn't enough. Going from that style of poetry into this bridge that is meant to be eerie but lo-fi and lively at the same time, it was meant to instill discomfort. And the metaphors in the lyrics were meant to instill that discomfort as well. I twirl my hair into a spiral is because I commonly at the time with my hair would do this. And by the time I was done playing with it, it would turn into this spiral. And it just felt like anytime I was just out of energy with my head against a wall, this feeling of just the spring on my head, this imagery of it, really drove that bridge. And it led into this explosive ending chorus where I just wanted to belt the highest note I could, be hoping, without screaming, that maybe I could feel something going into the highest register of my falsetto. And that's what that's about. I've heard so many people complain about those high falsetto parts. It's not about if it sounds good. It's about if it feels good, if you feel something. Because sometimes you just need to feel something. And there's a lot of unhealthier ways to do it. You take all of this lyricism and poetry that's really deriving itself from nature. And by chance, my attention to nature is pretty high. I was just taking pictures and videos of these states of nature and these shots of nature that I see, these still shots. And that's what the whole music video is. I wanted to, for years, keep track of all these shots of nature. I mean, some of those are from my old car from when I was in college. Other of those shots are when I was on trips to Chicago or visiting friends back home or something, or on a snow trip, a snowboarding trip. I got a lot of them during the snowpocalypse that happened in Texas. Some from just walking around my neighborhood, going around my city. I was constantly recording these shots because I knew one day, maybe I'd want to make a music video with them. And it did not surprise me that that music video was apathetic. It made total sense to me that was apathetic. Because in those states of apathy, especially even when I was writing this song, a lot of my time was spent walking around, sitting outside alone at night with nature, trying to remember the joys of being alive and how big a part nature is of that. That's really the root of the music video, and taking it to a lyric video with shots of nature was truly because I wanted to highlight these two elements that really are the core of this song and the core of how I wanted to try to communicate this feeling of deep apathy that I experienced for almost a whole year, 2 years of my life. Other things that make this song special. Apathetic's the first song that I tried to produce myself, and it was the real beating myself up over and over again, trying to finally learn how to compose and produce this song. This is also the first song that I had tried to have produced with my producer, Nick. Nick, he's listen to his music. I'll put links in the description of this, but Nick's music is very 80s, and I just had a gut feeling he was going to be the perfect person to make this song what it is, and he did. And it was, it filled me with joy. The fact that I could give him the stems of what I wanted, which I'll play now.
Step on my dead hair. They say the season's just cold, so pick up your feet, don't root in the mold. The spring comes in folds.
And when I got back,
Step on my dead hair. They say the season's just cold, so pick up your feet, don't root in the mold. The spring comes in folds, the seasons will cycle, but your mind's too bold.
It's just night and day. He could hear what I was hoping for, and he took it above and beyond. Just the fact that he was able to do that really brought the song to life in all the ways I wanted. But what Apathetic is to me is it's the start of my journey with working with other musicians, and it's the start of my journey as a composer and learning to compose my own music and learn how to communicate my own vision and then make it happen and learn how to mix. It was a hot mess. I worked on Apathetic. The songwriting took maybe 2 years. The producing, that took another 2. It was all from scratch. Although there's other songs that I tried to produce on my own the first time, Apathetic's the one where I would say I actually was in the community learning how to produce, taking my production night classes, and this was the song that I tried to apply that knowledge to. Apathetic is such a meaningful song to me, and I don't know if it's going to be a song that a lot of people necessarily like. It's kind of weird. A lot of the songs are kind of weird, let's be real. I just know that it's beautiful to me with regards to my history. Taking those years or two of apathy, creating through it, and then post those years, making something with it. It feels like a win. Last thing I'll talk about is the last shot in the Apathetic music video. That was the inspiring scene of me walking around just on the campus of UT, and I see this video, or not this video, I see this tree, and the wind is just annihilating this tree, and everyone is just walking by, just not even paying it any mind, and this beautiful tree is just getting blown, standing still, but it's being blown. And all I could see was the cover art. Got it on my wall over there. That's when I knew that was the album art. I didn't even know what the album was going to be called. I didn't even know the songs. I really didn't. But I just knew that one day, if I could find someone to make the line art, that was going to be the album art. James, my friend James. Oh, he made the album art real, man. He made that album art really real. And I'm just like in shock of it every day. Because it's just exactly the image of what I was looking for. I think that's why Apathetic's such a special song for me. It's just, as far as everything I've been aiming for and all the challenges I was facing in my growth as a musician, as a poet, and as a human, just being human. Apathetic challenges me in all of those ways and performs in a capacity that I didn't know I could. I don't know if I'll ever make a song like Apathetic again. I really don't. And I don't think I need to. I'm just super glad I did. Okay. I'm gonna go. One more vlog, one more song. I hope you all enjoy these. Thanks again.